All right, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dave. Tulsi Gabbard, acting like the old Tulsi Gabbard I knew from the campaign trail. I'll take what I can get from Tulsi. One of the reasons that a lot of people are still obsessed with Tulsi Gabbard is because she's actually in the government right now. Now, she won't be for very much longer. Rumors she might run for governor of Hawaii, or we shall see. She says something bigger is on the way, so I'm hoping that she'll continue pursuing elected office, but she might not. In any event, a ruling just came down from the Supreme Court. This ruling affirms our constitutional freedoms. We cannot stand by as our civil liberties are undermined, even by entities within our own government. Now, a little lecture here for Tulsi Gabbard. Just a little lecture, Tulsi. This also applies to contact tracing and the Trace Act. And even though I know you are a fervid COVID warrior, all right, you have to look at the risk and the reward and trading freedom for security, even if it is health security. All right, so I would say to Tulsi, be consistent. I'm glad you don't want the government spying on you, but I can guarantee you that they will use contact tracing and any other app that will track your so-called COVID illnesses and so forth. They will use that against you. There's no doubt in my mind based on the track record of the United States government over the last half century. So let's be consistent. I'm glad you're talking here. I'm glad you're speaking out. But I think one of the things that really disappointed many fans of yours was when you went full out love the Trace Act and was just talking about the emergency. Hawaii, by the way, is one of the least affected states by COVID. And I'm telling you, as you continue to crunch numbers on this, it's making less and less sense that we continue to draw this out. And we need to let people get back to work. Talk about freedom. Talk about your constitutional right to provide for your family and to go to work. Those are basic things. Your right to pursue happiness. And pursuing happiness for a lot of folks means you go out and get a job, because that will enable you to have happiness. Now, again, she goes on, we must hold those who abuse their power accountable and protect the brave whistleblowers who expose them, like Edward Snowden, like Julian Assange. Hear, hear. That is good news. Again, so this mass surveillance program exposed by Snowden, it's ruled. Let's click on this and see where it goes. This goes to Reuters, I guess. So they say it's illegal, essentially. The program is illegal. In a ruling handed down on Wednesday, the U.S. Court of Appeals in the Ninth Circuit said the warrantless telephone dragnet that secretly collected millions of Americans' telephone records violated the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act and may well have been unconstitutional. Okay. So again, that's good news if you're a fan of liberty. Supreme Court once in a while gets it right, although that's the Ninth Circuit Court, and sometimes they're horrible. So it's good that they did what they did. But again, to all my Tulsi fans out there, because there are still many of them who have remained subscribed to this channel for one reason or another, consistency is very important, I think, but she's one of the few. We'll take what we can get, whether it's Thomas Massie or Rand Paul or Justin Amash or Joe Jorgensen, who's running for president right now as a libertarian candidate. I wish, oh how I wish, Tulsi Gabbard would get out of the Democratic Party, because she will go nowhere. This point of view in the Democratic Party is considered treasonous. You are looked at as a Russian asset, okay? All of those things came up during the campaign. It was slander. Tulsi Gabbard had to use a lot of her face time either defending or clarifying the things that were being said about her, which were completely untrue. And quite honestly, it's a differing worldview. Either the government is an authoritarian monster, which during this COVID thing, we're seeing that in places like New Zealand and Australia and Germany and France and all over the globe. We're seeing the UK right now, very bad. We're seeing all kinds of violations when it comes to one's civil liberties. In the United States, we have the Constitution, which is a much better document, you would think, than some of the other countries and their constitutions, which aren't nearly as effective as the Constitution of the United States. But we seem to be having the same problems here. And plus, we have the 10th Amendment, which gives states more power. Remember, the power goes back to the states, back to the people, and back to the states. So this is really interesting. I'm glad that she tweeted this out. She is truly an independent force out there. I wish she'd be more consistent, especially when we look at COVID. The other day, she did say something kind of in the other direction regarding ridiculous edicts and so forth that leaders are putting out there. She must be hearing from some of her constituency that, hey, when is this going to end, Tulsi? I get it. You're a COVID warrior, but can we stop? Can we stop soon? I mean, there is no end. There's no sunset clause to COVID-19. So, anyway, that's my video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to stay subscribed. And if you're a libertarian or if you're into freedom and not into control, which means the government controlling your life, then you should probably check out this channel. I'll have special guests from time to time, my friends both Reed and Charles, who I should be on with tomorrow at some point. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, have a great weekend.